of our Anubhav Ke Bol. We are here today to hear from Mr. Netra Risal. He is one of the good-looking students from our batch of 2008, and he has done very well in his career. It's a pleasure to introduce his achievements for me. So he's done his MBA with specialization in hospital and healthcare management from Symbiosis International University in 2011. Currently, he is working at GE Healthcare as National EMA Product Manager for South Asia. He's also worked for a pretty long time with Siemens Healthcare Private Limited, and he was a deputy GM sales. He's also received a lot of awards and accomplished a lot of good things. So amongst them, a few I will be listing. He was awarded the Star Puraskar for Outstanding Contribution in Business in the year 2013 and 2015. He was recognized as Siemens Young Leader in 2015 for being the youngest group leader. That talks volumes about his personality. So we get a chance today to listen to him and understand how he has evolved from his student to a great career that he has now. Let's hear from Netra now. Over to you,
Thank
Netra.
you, ma'am. Thank you for kind words. I hope I'm audible and I hope you can see the PPT that I'm displaying.
Your PPT is not here. Yeah, it's there. It's there.
Yeah, I see.
We can
Sure.
see it.
Sure. So I would not say anything more about me because probably what ma'am has said, that's more than enough in praises. So I'll directly go to the topic that I've come here to share. So as you can see the screen shows 5 great minds ever in history of science, history of humanity, history of success. Example, we see a quote from Albert Einstein on success. We see a quote from Malala, a quote from Steve Jobs, a quote from Stephen Hawking, and a quote from J.K. Rowling. One thing that really intrigued me is when they were actually moving towards success, were they thinking like this of what they've written? And clearly the answer is no. These thoughts, these success quotes that they are all thoughts and retrospective quotes of what they've done in the meanwhile. So something which I follow and something which I would, because everyone has his own life, everyone has his own way of thinking. I strongly follow the one in the background. That is, go as far as you can see. When you get there, you will be able to see farther. And that's what I strongly go with. I'll share a little about what made. One second, the slide is not changing. Yeah. So exactly, like I said, if I were to time travel and if I were to go where you guys are in the class doing, doing experiments with Petri plate, trying to read, trying to memorize Krebs cycle. So if I go back and if I time travel and if I think that would I want to change anything with respect to career that I have now or that I chose, I think my answer would be no. I wouldn't change anything for that matter. Everything that I went through or that I studied only added on to the competency that I say I can have today. However, choices are very difficult to make, especially when you've got to choose between 2 goods or 2 rights. It's very difficult to choose the one with a lower magnitude or the one with a higher magnitude. I will tell you a story where I decided that what kind of career would I want to pursue, would I want to do, which I'll be good at. So as you can see on the left screen, and let's make this a dialogue more than a monologue. So on the left, unfortunately, there is written for one of the Petri plates. So there are 2 Petri plates right now. So anyone who can tell me what is on the one on the center? Can anyone tell me? Just wild guess.
Netra, they would be writing in the chat box. You will have to read it from
Okay.
there. They are not
Okay.
allowed to speak because we muted them. Okay, so they
Okay.
would put their answers in the chat box. I request the students to please answer in the chat box.
If you're
Like
not
we
able to
always
see
do.
the chat box, we'll answer whatever they've written. Because sometimes when you're
I can
sharing the
see.
slide, you'll be able to see. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see. I can
Yeah.
see.
That's good.
So any guesses? Any guesses? What does the one on the center Petri plate looks like to you?
Maybe E. coli, Akshata is saying.
E. coli is the one on the left, and it's written there that it was E. coli on Triptych Soyaga. I'm talking about the one in the center.
I would like to answer that.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
It's Pseudomonas from your hair.
It's the perfect answer.
See, Netra,
So-
we've not forgotten you.
Yeah. So I used
We
to
should name
use,
it as Pseudomonas netra rather than Pseudomonas species.
yeah. So I used to use hair gel, and I used to never get a pure E. coli kind of a culture. Never ever in my life. Yeah. It was only until SY that I figured out the Pseudomonas is coming from a hair gel. So I decided that this is something I can do it, but I'm really not good with it. So probably I need to do something that I would be good with, and I can carry all this knowledge and utilize at something that I was good at. So as ma'am said, yeah, I have an extrovert personality. So I thought maybe being a face to the customer or being a face to out in the outside world, maybe something that I can do good with. So so I chose that probably after finishing my BSc, I would go into management, I would go into marketing, because that's what I would be very good at. So there were two difficult options in front of me. I would not say very great with academics, but yeah, I was fairly good with academics. So I had research as one option, and I had this as one other option. Both were equally good options, and they both have huge and immense future potential. However, I chose this because I thought this was good for me. So my strong advice is choose yourself what you want to do before the world chooses for you, which becomes unfortunately in many cases. Second, I would suggest look into yourself and think what I'd be best at, what I'd be good at, is because you have to, this career that you want to have is going to be a 30-40 year old long career, and it's very difficult to shift industries when when you are 10 years or 15 years down the line in your career. So please choose something which you would be doing good at, which you would love to do, and moreover which you could do for 30 odd years continuously. And if you can't find answer, trust me, we all do. We have all been in that situation where we are confused, where we do not know sometimes what we are good at also, until a path or a direction is just comes up and appears one fine day. So I agree that many of us have been in that situation. Many of us are still in that situation. In that case, just let go. Just travel the bridge for now, and see what it has for you in future. One second, my slide is not changing. Yeah. So, like I said, in my career, why did I choose to do MBA in hospital and healthcare management? Is because I strongly feel our technology. I mean, if people who have their siblings or their friends in engineering, biotechnology is very similar to electronics and telecommunication. Uh, there is no core kind of field, but yes, you have or you can venture into so many fields that a pure science or a pure field cannot. So I chose to do my MBA and continue in healthcare is because I didn't want to go out of healthcare, especially learning and investing 3 years studying the basics and studying the dynamics of how biotechnology works, how healthcare works in total. So, like I said, biotechnology is all in one. You will have multiple prospects, and I'm sure the other speakers must have spoke individually about each field or each stream. You can go into entrepreneurship, you can have your own company, you can go into medical equipment. The one on the right is a CT scan machine. So that's where I come, that's where I go. You can go into research, you can go into pharma, you can go into genetics, you can go to anything that you really feel you are good at, and there is no stoppage whatsoever that can be in your way. So a couple of minutes before I come to this slide of not a formal process, but what worked for me to get a rewarding career at a very early stage in life. Before that, I'll just share a few personal instincts and personal incidences that happened to me, which probably shaped me the way it is now. So after doing my MBA, I joined Siemens, which was an medical equipment technology company. And I got right there in the frontline sales. I was asked a very interesting question in the interview when I was getting selected for Siemens. They asked me that you have done your BSc in biotechnology, and we are looking for people who are of engineering background and who can tell engine or who can say engineering, talk engineering to customers. I don't know how can I judge you, or how can I see what you're good at? It's because I don't know anything about biotechnology. So I don't know how will I get in that conversation. And I answered in just one simple question, is that everything requires time to study. I invested 3 years in studying biotechnology, in studying the basics of any health or any medical field for that matter. And you were just asking me to translate that into engineering, which I can definitely learn. So, and he was pretty much happy with the answer, and that's how I was selected. The second question that probably every sales interview is asked. I would like to share this because this was a very one-in-a-time experience, at least for me. So as they every time say that, there's a pen, can you sell a pen? Yeah. So since we do not have audios, but the multiple answers which probably must be going on in my head right now is you would talk about the features of the pen, you talk about the refill of the pen, you talk about the price of the pen, you would talk about how the pen looks like. It's multiple parameters of the pen. That's what we generally land up saying, generally land up answering. The answer that I gave was a question. I asked him that where and what purpose do you want to use this pen? And he asked me that, why are you asking this question? I said, if I go to sell you, I can sell you a Reynolds right away by telling you features. But why should I sell you Reynolds when I can sell you a Mont Blanc? So that was the answer. So I, of course, in the mean course, I realized that this is what I need to do, and this is what it will help me. But of course, it was a long journey to even come to this particular state, and it is very methodical. So I would like to share a couple of insights. If you see the screen, the first and the foremost thing that you need to have for a rewarding career is a vision of what you want to be. For example, my vision is to be a C-level, is to be a CEO or a COO one day, and I'm working towards that. So that's one clear vision that I walked or I started with. Visions can be personal, can be professional, and they have to be based on your competency. If we know that this is what I can stretch, please go for it. Do not hold yourself back. Even if you don't reach there, you'll have the satisfaction that I tried, and that's enough. When I say personal vision, a lot of your classmates, a lot of your alumni want to do leaps and bounds in research. They have attached that thing very personally to themselves, that they want to help the mankind. They want to help the humanity by doing something in research. So have a vision at first of whatever you're choosing, the rest will follow. The second thing is this vision needs to have a direction, and this direction can come with a career option. Like I said, you'll have a plethora of options in front of you, and good that you are in biotechnology is because you will be spoiled for choices. You will have ample choices which are all equally good, and it will be difficult for you to choose one. But again, based on your competency, based on your interest, based on what you love to do, please choose that career option very wisely, because that's going to stay with you at least half of your lifetime. The second is, if this vision requires further education, please do it. Example, like in my case, right from TY BSc, I couldn't have got into sales and marketing or got into a management level job. It required education, so I did my MBA. One unfortunate thing that I have noticed and that I've seen across a lot of my fellow mates, a lot of the juniors, is that after BSc, a lot of them land up in pharma companies, which primarily is is a field which opens up. You do sales, marketing, business development. But I would strongly say that please enter, but please enter with the right set of education. If you enter as a medical grad or as a BSc grad, you would remain to that level. It's because your competency and skills is not enhanced. So do a proper education right in between, and whenever you think is the right time for your career. Third is, you can do certifications like Six Sigma, certifications like supply chain. A lot of our batchmates are into supply chain. There's nothing to do with biotechnology. But still, a lot of people are then banking. They have nothing to do with biotechnology. But yes, they took the background of biotechnology and they got certifications, they got further educations to enhance their career. And the most important, say quit when it's time. If the career option is not working for you, say quit and look for other options. You have multiple options in front of you. Even if you go to try each option twice or thrice or once in 2 years or once in 3 years, I'm dead sure it will still not be over. That's the kind of opportunity that you will be exposed to once you get off campus. The third is, which I strongly believe, stick to your values, stick to your own self. Do not try to be someone the world wants you to be. Example, one of the success mantras I would strongly say is that I was an honest sales guy, which is a paradoxical statement actually. But I stuck to my values, that I will not lie, I will not cheat customers. I will say honestly, if he has to buy, if he sees the trust in me, he will buy it. The second and most important is that if your value system and your career option or your organization system doesn't match, work your way out to be in peace with it of not matching. And the most important step comes now, that is the growth. Once you are in a mid stage of your career, choose the right growth option, choose the smart growth option, choose where there's less competition, as simple as that. If you jump into a ring of bulls, definitely you have to be a bull, or you have to make yourself a bull. But why do you need it when you have easy options in life? So choose a very smart growth path for yourself, and you will see that people will be struggling along with you, but that struggle was not needed at all. You could have still found an easy way out. And most importantly, don't forget, like I said, time travel every time that you think that you are not at peace with your head. Time travel and think what could I have done better. So time travel and see at the vision and just aim at the eye of the tiger. And just be consistent. However, it takes time, it takes patience. So just hold on there. And finally, since you are all millennials, I've specifically kept probably 10 minutes to answer Q&A. because I want to know how can I help you out. And remember one thing for sure, okay, we are all friends here. We are all, including teachers, I would say. They are a source of guidance. They have seen people like us uh, every year, and there is no better person than the teachers to give us career guidance, to give us guidance. If you're stuck somewhere, if you think that you are confused, please talk to people, talk to alumni. We are available for your access. Talk to your teachers. Yep. They have seen, they have seen so many rains, so many people, and they've seen their careers. So they're the best judge and best advisors. So at last, uh, I would, I would, I would rather describe that those 3 years of my biotechnology graduation were, trust me, the best years of my life. I made some friends which are inseparable, which are still are with me. Uh, I made some good relations with teachers. I learned a lot of things there, which I could have never done. And most importantly, I had a lot of fun. I lived a college life like a college life. So, couple of advices is that knowledge and happiness. These are two things which are reward of life, which are reward of your career. So, like I say, so these are all memes, which probably I think that this is what I work for, or this is what I think uh, is that you have to love yourself first. Yeah, if you don't love yourself, if you don't love your choices, then probably you will end up, probably not liking your own self. Forget about the options that you choose. The second is please maintain a work-life balance. Uh, Unfortunately, fortunately, people who work in MNCs, they work long hours. They slog themselves uh, for a little praise or for a little. I'm not saying don't work hard. Please work hard. Yeah, but have a work-life balance. So that's what the meme says: working overtime, and nobody got time for that. So have a work-life balance. Thirdly, please be friends with everybody. Please choose. This is a proper tendency that happens probably in colleges, is that we are formed in our own group. We have this 5, 6 people that we hang out with. Yeah. But to be very honest, I'll tell you one thing for sure, that I hang out with everyone in the class. And to be very honest, the kind of learnings as a person, the kind of learnings of patience, of trying to understand a different plethora of people was something which was very enriching. So be friends, have your own gang, but be friends with everybody. You learn a lot of things, even with your classmates. Uh, and the fourth and the most important thing that I value is that make money out of your career. That's important. Yeah, I'm not saying the quantum of money, whatever is your requirement, please make money. Is because half of your problems in life will come if you don't have money. So make money. At the same time, keep it as a fourth priority in your life, not as a first priority. And lastly, it was what I wanted to convey, that enjoy your life. Yeah, be happy with, because we all been blessed to be here, to be receiving such education with ma'am. I've known all of them, Tanya ma'am, Rachna ma'am, Smriti ma'am, Suchita ma'am, for all these years. Uh, they are a good source of information. They are a good source of education. Uh, so listen to them, yeah, when they say to do so, uh, because it should not be one of the things that you regret when you travel back to your present. So that's all from my side. If there are any questions whatsoever, I will also leave my contact. You can contact me anytime for that matter. Uh, but if you have any questions specific right now, please shoot. I will see the chat box and probably I'll answer. Ma'am, anything you want me to add?
was perfect.
So
The kids will definitely ask questions. I think there's just one which has come up.
yeah. So did you get placed from campus? Yes, it was a campus placement. So again, why did I choose MBA in hospital and healthcare? Is because I didn't want to just let go of those 3 years that I spent learning basics of healthcare and medical technology. Uh, Campus placement, there are multiple colleges. If anyone wants, so can please ask me. I can tell you a lot of options. There's IHMR, there's Symbiosis, there is Tata, there's TIS, there is Goa Medical College. So a lot of colleges offering these kind of courses like MBA and hospital and healthcare. Please choose wisely. Is because, to be very honest, in MBA, that's my experience. Okay, in MBA you learn very good English, you apt your skills up to corporate level, but most importantly you get placed. So choose the college wisely, looking at the placement track record. And also when you do MBA, there will be multiple options, career options that are presented to you, like medical technology, like insurance, like pharma, like IT, healthcare IT. So accordingly, based on your interest, you sit for the campus placement. How did you prepare for your entrance? So yeah, I primarily took help of time into time classes, and I prepared for MBA. However, just to tell you a story again, what you choose is not what you are. You are what you do not choose. So when I was selected for MICA, which was in mass communication. I was selected in IIM Kozhikode for general MBA, and I was selected for Symbiosis. Out of all the three, I think if you keep a parity of institutes, Symbiosis would be the lowest. But I still selected Symbiosis is because this is what I wanted to do. This is what I would be good at. So I rejected IIM Kozhikode and MICA over Symbiosis. So please take help. Please take proper coaching. There are multiple institutes which do that. You can start parallelly while you're TY, SY, or you can take a break and then you can study for it and then aim for it. Any other questions?
Students, if you have questions, you can ask in the chat. And we welcome your batchmates. I saw Ajinkya joining in. Is anyone else in? Has anyone else joined in from your batch?
I am not sure. Yeah, Ajinkya has joined in.
Yeah.
Probably.
Hi, Ajinkya.
Vasu was from your batch, right?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No.
Oh.
This is Kuldeep, Abhilash.
Abhilash.
Yeah, ma'am. Abhilash, Sharon.
No, Ravindra.
Ravindra batch. Is doing part-time PDGM or MBA beneficial? So it all depends on the stage of career that you are. Example, if you are 5 years down the line of your career and you want that degree behind your back to probably take the next level, then a part-time MBA would also work. My strong suggestion is that a BSc degree, carrying the BSc degree all your career really would not help. You need further education. If you're starting afresh, right after TY, I would strongly recommend please do a full-time MBA. A lot of advantages are that you get good campus placement, is where you start your career right at a +3 or +4, where you would have started probably when you were at BSc. So do a full-time MBA from a very good college, check the placement record, and and start from middle management so that going to top management becomes easy. What are the expenses of exam preparation and how are the returns? So I would say MBA, again, college to college, averagely, if you do from a good college, averagely it would range anywhere from 4 lakhs to 16 lakhs per annum. It's a 2-year course. Uh, it again depends on the college you're choosing, specialization you're choosing. However, all of this is very easily, you can take education loan very easily for MBA colleges. So yeah, and the returns is, like I said, when I'm talking about choose a college right, please remember these words, is because the returns of your investment of 2 years of your time, the precious part of your career, and a lot of expenses that you would incur as tuition fees, staying out, uh, living by yourself, uh, choose the right college so the returns are good. For example, I'll just give an example of my example. So my fees was roughly around 3.5 lakh rupees per year for 2 years, and when I got placed, my package was 10 lakh rupees. So it increases that ways. So in such a scenario, your returns are within a year you get your returns. So that's because the college was good. When you don't get a good placement, then that becomes a burden on your head. That's why choose the college right. And exam preparations expenses, it's again based on classes to classes. Example, if I would say time charges anywhere between 30K to 50K for the entire course, depending on what batches you choose. It's pretty flexible that ways. And to be very honest, MBA entrance are way a lot easier than the rest of the entrances, like for engineering or for medical. They're way a lot easier. Any other questions? Fee structure edit. When do you decide to switch over your company? What do you would good time to do so? So, so one thing that probably I missed to mention in that growth path is a comfort zone. I strongly believe that you should switch when you become too comfortable with your surrounding. Uh, like I continued to stay in Siemens for 8 long years. In 8 long years, I've done 6 different roles. So I switched roles every 1.5 years. Multiple reasons. One, you get bored doing the same stuff. Second, you will not grow until you shift internally or externally. Look for opportunities. Like I said, divide your career like a ladder, and you would know when to shift, what is the right step to shift. But yeah, whenever you get in comfort zone, please shift. Please learn, and all of these are learning experiences that we are sharing, rightly called as Anubhav ke Bol. Any other questions? I think only 4 minutes to go. Can you tell the hierarchy in management jobs? Okay, just to give an example, if I join some company after BSc, I would start. To be very honest, I do not know of the research field. I would talk about the MNC kind of a culture, where you do sales, you do marketing, you do business development. You join as some people have also joined media and communication of the people I know. So you start at say +1. So +1 is starting someone as a junior. Yeah, you're trying to learn stuff. If you do MBA, and so you start somewhere on the ladder as +5 or +6. So you jump those 3-4 ladders, which are very difficult to jump. So you start at +6. After your MBA, you start at middle management, and you have to prove yourself at middle management. So typically staying there for 3 years and then looking for a level up. So if you are doing an MBA from a good college, CEO would just be 4 steps away. For example, if I were to give my example, I started as a manager sales. In 1.5 years, I shifted to senior manager sales. Then I became a deputy general manager. Now I've taken a national role now. So, I mean, another 2 steps and it's a C-level. Yeah, but this is the most difficult bridge to cross. Have you thought of starting your own venture? I did. It failed miserably, very miserably. So I had started a startup which was called as Zeltcare. It will be somewhere still there on the domain. So it was primarily a talking platform. It's kind of a chatbot for medical professionals. In simple words, a social platform connecting different doctors, uh, connecting some features which are now like Practo. However, it didn't work. Is because people didn't join. People didn't think a need of it. Yeah, but if it was something like now, it would have been good. So yeah, I did start. It failed very miserably. With experience in India, is it good to look for abroad? Yes, definitely. So, so I'll just give an example. If you are looking for abroad opportunities, especially in a management, like today I take care of Southeast Asia, which is primarily 5 countries: India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal. My next step, if I want to, I can go to Singapore, handling ASEAN. So ASEAN would include the entire belt: Japan, Maldives, Singapore, Malaysia, and Australia and New Zealand. So it's always a stepwise thing. However, if you are into a proper management kind of a role, going and taking a job of management abroad uh, becomes a little lengthy process, is because you have to be nationally handling a couple of countries first before you go to a global platform. Not impossible, but yes, 15 years of struggle to get there. In my case, however, I choose not to. I was given an offer to be based out of Singapore. I didn't want to go because yeah, you gotta say stop somewhere. I want to probably. Uh, I have a lovely kid who's 1.5 years old. I want to spend some time with him. I want to enjoy this part of my life as well. So you choose what's good for you. Does the company give job to students who have done masters in biotechnology? Here I would give a little personal example. So my wife, she is also a BSc Biotech. She's an MSc Biotech from Ruya. And when she started her career, I could see that she was struggling uh, because she was not interested to go to research. Yep, she was just doing some pharma job, some back-end pharma job. So she was struggling, and my advice to her was she should do her MBA. So she's just finished her MBA from the same college that I did, and she's now got placed into HCL, into healthcare IT. So to answer your questions, yes, people give jobs to people from masters in biotechnology. However, since you've already done masters in biotechnology, please choose the right job. That is a job in research, a job in more of something like genetics or something. So probably do something good with biotechnology itself since you've done masters. That's my advice. The rest, I think a lot of people who spoke about research, they would be the right people to guide you. Good, you got experience from the venture with experience in India. It's good. Okay. I think I've answered your questions. Please feel free to drop in any any query, anything whatsoever that I can help with. It's because, like I said, we are all folks here. Just be open. Just talk to people if you're confused. Probably they have seen more life, and they can guide you better. That's it, ma'am, I think.
Yeah, I think it was a wonderful session, Netra. You shared your personal experiences, you gave a lot of advice, and I hope the students follow what you said about us as well as the market there out in terms of career and jobs. It was a awesome session, and we look forward to meet you in person someday, Netra,
Sure,
with
ma'am.
your
Sure,
gang
ma'am.
of
Definitely.
friends. We
Surely,
had,
ma'am.
I think when we celebrated our 10 years, you all had come.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so then you were still kids, but now the way you're speaking, the way you're conducting the whole session talks volumes about how you have evolved as a person from the very badbadu Netra to a lot of badbad now, but which makes too much of sense and has enriched everybody with respect to how you can shape a career. It was a very, very wonderful session.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. But still, if you ask me that maybe if one day you are given to time travel back, where would you like to be? I would like to be in that classroom, being
Chota
with my friends.
classroom, room
Yeah,
number
chota,
35.
yeah, being in the classroom, probably eating tiffin in the back benches, probably trying to figure out that why the hell in the world I can't get E. coli on my Petri plate. So I would. So those were the best days of my life. I still feel, and that's the advice to all these students. Please enjoy your life. This is the best phase of your life, uh, and just make most of it. Make more friends. Uh, Listen to teachers. Yeah, you should do that, and seek advice when you're confused. As simple as that.
Yeah, we had a very good batch with you all. So many boys were there in your batch, and all the boys were different. Nobody was
Yeah,
similar. Each one of you were different, and you
personality.
all had different personalities, different likings, and yet you all were together, never fought or had any problems.
Yeah, ma'am, probably. We're
And
fighting now,
each
though.
one of you all have made us proud.
Thank you so much,
So
ma'am. Thank
I
you so
also
much.
remember the trip to Mathiran, Rotli Rupal.
Yeah.
She's still the same. She's still
Are
the same.
Hyderabad, Urmila,
I know.
Hyderabad. How you all
Netra was not
chased
there.
me?
Hyderabad, I was there, ma'am. We'd
Of
gone to
course, he
Ramoji.
chased me with that ice. I remember him.
Cold.
Snow World, Snow World.
Snow World.
Oh, that was wonderful time.
Nice. Seriously. We also miss all those things,
Truly, ma'am. Truly.
We had a smaller batch then.
Yeah,
We knew
correct.
every student by the end of 3
Personally,
years. Yeah, we knew everybody, how they are, what is their liking.
And it
So,
was an annual pattern, so there was no much pressure of the internals and
to
the
finish off things.
semesters, all
Yeah.
that. Whole year we could be cool, and then at the end you can just make a stroke. That's it.
Yeah, ma'am. And especially with me, I've spent more time outside the class than inside the class.
we would like to see you. Just switch on your video.
I'm really in
Ajink-
bad shape, so
That's
Ajinkya
fine.
also.
just giving heads up. Yeah, here we go.
क्या कुछ म्यूजिक वगैरह लगाना पड़ेगा क्या 3, 2, 1 बोलना पड़ेगा
Ajinkya, you can also come on video.
Is it visible? Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, here it
Yeah.
is. So it's a really bad shape. Not
So,
chilling for
All of us
Of
are in
course
bad
not.
shape, don't worry.
You look
not
good
chilling
and
for
handsome.
years.
Everybody
you are
like
still
this
looking
only in
good
this
and
phase.
handsome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And to be very honest, ma'am, couple of genuine, opinions and genuine, what I would say. I've seen you all these years, and I mean, all of the teachers, they never seem to grow. I mean, we have been 10 years down the line. We still think you look all the same. You've not been growing a single day. Yeah, you
That's
all look
because
so
we are all the
fantastic.
time with youth.
Yeah, we are always
Yeah,
with
with
the young crowd, so they keep us young.
Yeah.
Thanks to all the students. We look the same.
Probably.
We give the credit to all of you.
Yeah.
Probably. But it was so nice to connect. It was so nice. Prada, it was my pleasure to to see you and to again confirm my belief that yes, you have not aged a single day from the day you left. Anyway,
And we are very happy that you all came up and you all said that yes, we would like to do something for our alumni. Although nothing like this happened at your time, and still you all come up and you all have almost all the alumni. We are very, very happy about it. And we are grateful too.
thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Ajinkya, where is Ajinkya? He's in, but we can't see him. Ajinkya.
And do try to make it on Saturday. We will
Sure, ma'am,
put a
sure.
time
I'll
probably
pass
in the
on.
afternoon where everybody is free, you know, so that we can
Sure.
just get together and share our old memories.
Surely, ma'am, I'll pass on in the group.
Yeah, yeah. Even to Rotli Rupal.
Yeah, she's actually expecting a child, so
Oh, okay.
Oh.
she has a son who's equally
Yeah.
crying just like her. So we all in still touch. We know each other's.
Yeah, we know. Yeah,
Each
That's
other's
that's
the
good.
case.
best part.
That's very nice because that keeps you going sometime. And when you are stuck somewhere, these are the people who help you out. You know, who they are genuine ones.
True, ma'am. True, ma'am. So thank you, ma'am. I think
Thank
the
you. I
other
think,
session.
yeah,
Yeah.
our next speaker
Yes,
has also
yes.
It
joined.
was so
us.
lovely to see you. And guys, you can reach out to me anytime you wish. It is just a call or a message away. Thank you.
Thank you, Netra.
Thank you
Stay
so much.
happy
Thank you,
and blessed.
Netra.
Stay blessed.
Thank you,
Bye
ma'am.
bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Best wishes for your career.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
If Ajinkya is there, bye Ajinkya. All the best to you too. Is he there? I had seen him
I
joining
don't know,
in.
I'll still pass on the message.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
sure,
Yes,
sure.
we all can. We hope to see you all tomorrow.
Surely, ma'am. Surely. Surely. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be
Yeah.
leaving
Have a
now.
good
Thank you.
day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ma'am.
Take care.
Bye. Bye. Take care. Bye, Rachna, ma'am. Bye.
Bye bye.
Rachu, I'll be joining
Yeah.
college meeting now. And in case if it gets over, I'll come back.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, bye.
Gaurav, I think you're there.
Yeah, Gaurav is there.
I'll just say hi to him and then.
You can switch on the video, Gaurav.
Yeah. Gaurav, where are you?
Hello, ma'am. Hi.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Hi.
Gaurav.
Yeah.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
Hi. Good morning.
Good,
We're
good.
all fine.
Good morning, ma'am.
Waiting to see you, Gaurav.
Yeah, and here you also. I'll just join in a short while because there's a meeting with the college teachers
Okay,
from
ma'am.
from the principal. So I'll join in there, and then as it gets over, I'll catch back with you.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. All the best. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Gaurav, you are in a native place.
Yes, ma'am. I'm in a place.
Where is that, Konkan?
Amarnagar.
Good. So I would like to welcome you for this talk. I'll give a brief introduction to. Hello.
He's a businessman already. He made bioplastic.
So I will introduce you. You are my. You are the very inspiring entrepreneur of the data department. I will read out from this introduction. You have been certified by Institute of Fisheries and Technology for extraction of composable polymers from fish scales. Then you have also been felicitated by Thane Mayor and awarded by as a Samaj Bhushan. Been felicitated by Millennium Chambers of Commerce and Industry, the occasion of BizCom as a project and youngest entrepreneur, director and researcher. Then you have participated in Jigyasa, which is also a research hub in SIS. So your educational qualifications are, you have done BSc Biotechnology from Ajay College. You have done entrepreneurship from TIS, and you are doing currently MSc Bioanalytical Sciences from Khalsa College. So I would like to welcome Gaurav for this talk, especially for your talk on your entrepreneurship skills which you have developed. So over to you. You can tell more about yourself and how did you get into these ventures.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, for
Over to you.
welcoming me. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you for inviting me to talk here.
Yeah. Can
I'll
start.
start with. Okay. Hello, ma'am. Hello. Ma'am, I'm unable to share the
Yes.
screen.
Yeah, just a moment. Huh? I'll make you the co-host. I think then you'll be able to share. Yeah, right now.
No.
I have made you co-host. Let me share.
Hello.
Yes, Gaurav. Yes, Gaurav, we can hear you.
But I'm unable to share my screen.
Just a moment. I'll see the.
Mm,
I'm not sharing the screen and I've made you co-host.
Now.
Yeah. Yeah, we can see it now.
Okay. Can you see the PPT?
Yes, yes, yes. You can start.
Oh. Hello to everyone. I would like to thank all the teachers and the department for inviting me for this talk. So we'll begin. So we'll talk on entrepreneurship. So today we'll be covering the points. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, Gaurav.
So we'll be covering the points. What is entrepreneurship? Why to be an entrepreneur? The difference between businessman and entrepreneur. How to do a startup. My startup experience, and then we'll be starting with question and answers. Okay. So an entrepreneur. So at the right side, I had put some anatomy of an entrepreneur. So what is an entrepreneur? So the entrepreneur who creates a new business. So something which is traditional. If we continue the traditional business, na, it will be a businessman, not an entrepreneur. If you are starting something new, then you are an entrepreneur. For example, if your dad is having some sweet shop, if you are continuing the sweet shop, you are a businessman, not an entrepreneur. But if you are delivering that sweets to the houses, na, you are an entrepreneur. And the meaning of the entrepreneur involves the entrepreneur takes action to make a change in the world. So yes, entrepreneurs have made a change in the world. Like we are holding phones in our hand, we are sitting in the houses, we are talking to each other, we are doing the sessions. We are this Zoom app itself is an invention. So it is changing the world. So entrepreneurs change the world. So my third point is entrepreneur plays a key role in the country's economical development. So you can see the FB, Amazon, McD, Microsoft, and the top 10 companies of America itself make the 20% of America's GDP, which is a and then the second slide goes to entrepreneur has a vision 50 years ahead. I'll be rushing fast because I have many slides. So entrepreneur has a vision 50 years ahead. Yes, entrepreneur should have a vision 50 years ahead because when you are sticking to the current business, to the current scenario, you will be ending up your business in the future. But if you are looking towards the future, na, you will be having a good peak of business. We can take an example of Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX. And what SpaceX does is it transports humans from Earth to the Mars. यहाँ पे हम लोग इंडिया टू दिल्ली जाने के लिए ट्रांसपोर्ट करने के लिए पूरा दिन जाता है, but he's trying to transport humans from Earth to Mars. He had vision 100 years ahead. He's also signed a movie with Tom Cruise shooting on the Mars. So entrepreneurs should have a vision 50 years ahead, so he can tackle the market in the future also, not just tackling the market for 5 years and then ending up the business. It's not what entrepreneur does. The second point is entrepreneur do what 99% population don't do. So when we say 99% population, what does they do, and the entrepreneur who is a 1% who don't do that thing, like he never uses his assets directly. Whenever we are getting the salaries, we are using it directly. It is our assets. When we talk about the entrepreneur, na, he will never use his assets directly. He will invest that assets to some shares, some companies. He take from that. Using the direct assets will not make you long lasting. You will be ending your assets, and someday when you are ending with your assets, you will be having zero money in your hands. The third point is entrepreneur is never a slave of money. Yeah, that's true. What entrepreneur does is he makes his money work for him, because when we talk about the employee, na, when he is on a vacation, his boss will not pay him. When we are talking about an entrepreneur or a businessman, he will be sitting at his home. He'll be sitting, chilling with his family, but his money will be working for him. His shares, his assets, his company will be working for him. It's not that like if he's not joining the company for 1 month, so he'll not get the payment. He'll get the payment. So that's a good point about the business or entrepreneur. So why to be an entrepreneur? Why not an employee? Why not a businessman? Why to be an entrepreneur? So what is the happiest moment of an employee? If I am an employee now, my happiest moment will be my salary day. If I am an employee, my happiest day of will be my salary. So I'll be having 13 happiest day. If I am an employee, I'll be having 13 happy days with me. But if I am an entrepreneur, I am a 365 days happy because I am earning 365 days, not just 13 days. So when we are talking about 13 and 365, even a small pani puri wala earns every day. If he earns 1,000 rupees per day, na, he is earning 30,000 rupees per month. So that's the power of 365. And the 13, we'll talk about 13 ahead. So when anyone is choosing 13, let's see what the number 13 does to the people. So these are the people who are earning 13. Stress, workload, targets. These are the employees. Let's see the few facts about the people loving 13. 2.12 crore candidates have applied for a railway job. Of just 26,000 posts, 2.12 crore Indians had applied. So these are some facts for the people who loving 13. 80% of BA graduates are unemployed. Every year, more than 1.5 million engineers get graduate, and out of it, 80% are unemployed. Even now, Indian government is supporting many entrepreneurs. I'll be sharing the links to you because every country needs entrepreneurs than employees. If we are increasing the number of the employees, number of the corporate sector, you will be getting the less payment. But if your country is increasing the number of the entrepreneurs, it will increase the number of jobs. If the number of jobs are increased, the number of payment will be increased. And we can see this example of USA. There are 2.3 million entrepreneurs in just single USA, and they're supporting their country's economy. So that's how the entrepreneurs supports the economy of country. Let's go to the second slide. So this is second fact. 10 lakh candidates for just 2,000 SBI post jobs, and all the applicants were overqualified. These all 10 lakhs candidates were overqualified. Some were in masters, some were bachelors, some were graduates, and the qualification needed to the post were 12th pass. This is the fact. And today India needs entrepreneurs more than employees. We have a number of employees. We need to start something new, something revolutionary. Let's take an example of a UPIN. When we are using a UPIN, we never know the price of that UPIN. It was invented by a writer in Britain. He invented that UPIN. He got patented that UPIN, and now the market of the UPIN, when he patented it, he got a patent life of 9 years something, and in that 9 years he earned $17 million just from that UPIN. So that's the power of patent and inventions. We need more inventions in India. We have more inventions, but we don't come forward to that inventions. We should start something new with that new ideas. Everything. We can take example of Zomato, Swiggy. Whoever thought that some guy will be coming at your doorstep, taking up your food, carrying your food for yourself. There are many ideas which are given by the entrepreneurs. Wherever we see the problems, we get the entrepreneurs. Whatever with the problem, it can be anything. Now one of the person has come with the one social app, dating app, Tinder. So people were facing problems in the dating, so they come up with a dating app. So that's what entrepreneur does. Entrepreneurs help to the society, solves the problem of the society. That's what entrepreneur do. And what businessman does? Businessman just want money. They'll get a money, then they start a new business, then new business, then new business. But when we are talking about entrepreneurs now, entrepreneurs will solve your problems, whatever will be your problems. You give him a problem, he'll give you a solution. That's what entrepreneurs do. Whatever with your problem, if you are not finding your girlfriend, he come up with the Tinder account. Let's go to the next slide. So this is the unemployment rate published by the Indian government. The green one is for September 2017, September 2018. I don't have one, but I have. So we have 13.2% of unemployed graduates. Graduates are more unemployed than no education, up to 5th standard. They are doing some jobs. But when we are talking about graduates, we have India has the biggest number of unemployed graduates in the world. We have a biggest number of youngsters in the world. Government says this proudly. Even the world says it proudly that India has the biggest number of youngsters, but they are all unemployed. So when the unemployed ratio goes up, the criminal ratio also goes up. Is on hand to hand. So this is the educational qualification. You can see the graduates, 10th. You can even take the screenshots of this. I don't have copyrights on this. Okay. So graduate is a fancy word for unemployed. That's it. If you don't build your dreams, someone will hire you to build your dreams. So there was one story. One boss was sitting in his office, and one employee came to the window side. He saw one Jaguar standing downstairs the office. He saw, oh, boss has bought a new Jaguar. And then all the employees went to the boss, said, congratulations, sir, you bought a new Jaguar. The boss replied, thank you to you all. You worked hard, so I could buy a Jaguar. You have to work more hard because I want to buy one more Jaguar for my wife. So that's what. And hello. When we go to the 365, an entrepreneur. When you are not an employee, you are an entrepreneur. You will be earning 365 days. You will be your own boss. No one gonna catch you for anything. You will be not having any targets. You will be your own boss. Earn for yourself, not for your boss. Yes, you will be earning for yourself, not for your boss, not for anyone else. So when you are earning for yourself, you will be working 24/7. you will be enjoying your work. रोज नया नया काम आएगा. Not every day go to the office, write diaries, write what your boss asks you to. I have seen many of the bosses even ask employees to do their personal jobs like slaves. So be your own boss, make your own decisions, make your own dreams. Right. So next point will be the difference between businessman and entrepreneur. So many of my friends ask me, "अरे businessman and entrepreneur तो same होता है?" No, there is a huge difference between businessman and entrepreneur. Businessman don't look ahead. Uh, he only sees if he is receiving the money, it's okay. He is okay with that. If he don't get the money, he'll close the business and he'll start with something new. That's what a businessman do. But when we're talking about the entrepreneur, he'll be look thinking of 50 years ahead. What my company will be 50 years ahead. Will it? Hello, I'm getting some noise. Hello. So when we are, so here is a picture that will give you the difference between entrepreneur and businessman. Having two bananas, when you are giving to the businessman, he'll say sell it to someone else for the $2. Okay, he'll be the mediator. He'll be selling. He'll be doing this business, and then he'll be transferring this business to his son. And this what a businessman will do, but not an entrepreneur will do it. He will see the more and more ways to sell the banana. He'll make the milkshake. He'll make the banana juice. He'll decorate it. He'll do some innovative ideas at that banana, and then he'll sell, because it will increase the cost of that banana. Rather, taking that banana and selling to someone else is a business. But doing some innovative thing with that banana, it is an entrepreneurship. That's what an entrepreneur does. Moving to the next slide. Then again, businessman and entrepreneur, that I said in the beginning. Businessman starts from an existing idea, as I said. Entrepreneur starts a business from a new, unique idea. If you have a pan shop, and if you are continuing pan shop for your generation, then you are a businessman. But if you are an entrepreneur, then you will be delivering the pan to the homes, pan delivery. You will be feeding the people with feeding the people. So that is entrepreneurship, doing something innovative, something new. The people like new things. There are some ohu balls that are edible bottles of water. You can directly eat that bottle, and that bottle will melt into your mouth, and you will drink the water. So that is something innovative. They used edible polymers, sodium alginate wala. They are using sodium alginate, then putting water into it, making a uhu bubble. So something people likes new thing. You have to come with the new things. So that entrepreneur does. An entrepreneur never uses his direct asset, as I said. Money is a byproduct. I said it. Okay. How to do a startup? So this is the most important thing for a businessman or an entrepreneur, and our government is not that supportive to the entrepreneurs. But after the pandemic ends, now government will be a supportive, because 2 weeks back, Modi government have announced 2 lakh crore rupees just for small, medium, and micro businesses, MSME. So get registered to the MSME. They are helping to the new entrepreneurs. There are many stages who are helping entrepreneurs. So how to start up. So when we are talking about the startup now, we have to first do a research. When we're talking about the research, we have to do a market survey. Who needs your product? How much they need your product? Why they need your product? How you gonna solve the problem of the society? This is all a market research. And market research is very important when you are doing a market, when you are doing a startup. You need a crowd, and market survey gives you a crowd. There are you have to take a feedback from the society. Giving your product, you have to take a feedback from the society. You have to make a survey. How much people are liking your product? Will be a boom to the market? Will it boom to the society? Because you have to have some unique point in your product or service. You can't be the normal. If you are normal, no one gonna look at you. You are supposed to be some unique. You have to be unique, some uniqueness in your product or your service. Then people gonna attract towards you. If there is no uniqueness in your product or your service, no one gonna attract towards you. And India has a very good opportunity to entrepreneurs because we have a large number of population. Because every entrepreneur loves that. Whatever you start, you'll because of this population, there are less chances of failure because you have a big population, many kind of peoples. अगर एक आदमी कुछ नहीं ले रहा है तो सेकेंड आदमी कुछ ले लेगा, कुछ ट्रायल के लिए ले लेगा कोई आदमी. So population helps entrepreneurs. That's why many countries are coming to India and China, because India and China is a biggest population. When we are going between YouTube and TikTok, India has a population which decrease of 4.9 star of TikTok to 1 star. So this what a population can do. You have a population, so someone else is using your resources. Many people are using your resources. Alibaba, then Amazon. We should start something up. We should use our population rather someone else using our population. Make a plan. So you have to make a plan where you gonna sell your product or your service. Who gonna buy your service or your product? Who will be your target? How will you be targeting your competitors? You should be targeting your competitors, and when you are targeting to your competitors, you should have some unique features with you. You should have a USP. That unique feature, USP, you should have with you, so that people will get attracted towards you. How will you attract people? Then who will be your customer? Like, if you are selling directly to the customers, or someone will be your mediator, or your government will be your customer. You have to decide everything. You have to plan everything before starting some business. So making a research and making a plan is very important. And when we're talking about the finance, so I have put on a link, maharashtra.cme.egp.government.in. Startup India, we have Startup India, we have Stand Up India, we have Mudra, Magnetic Maharashtra, DBT, angel funding. We have all these stages, and this all helps to entrepreneur for the investment, for the finance. But you should have that power in your startup, so the government will help you, so the investor will help you. Because when we ourselves give 10 rupees to some people, we think, are our money is going to the right place? So when someone is investing lakhs and crores into you, he'll be thinking thousands of times, lakhs of times. He'll be searching your history, your background, everything. So you should be having no bad background when you are going to for the finance. So I have uploaded a link. Go through that link. Take a screenshot of that. So you can go through the website. There are many businesses for the startup India and stand up India. You need a company, a private limited company registered. Then only they are helping. For the Mudra, even enterprises can they even help the enterprises and small shops. They will help you up with 1 lakh to 10 lakh. And about the Magnetic Maharashtra, I was runner up in Magnetic Maharashtra. In Magnetic Maharashtra, top 10 people got the investment from the government. The first one who got the investment was a boy from Kandivali. He invented a plane, homemade plane, Indian made plane, make in India, made in India is what government is encouraging now. Government don't want to export anything from outside. We want everything to be Indian. When we are talking about the excipients and intermediates, we are making medicines, so we need an intermediate. So 90% of intermediate we are exporting from China. So that what the government wants from us. We should start something from our side, rather exporting something from other countries. DBT helps you for in the research funding, and also helps if you are having some innovative research. Like I had polymer, biodecomposable polymer. So, and the third one is angel funding. Angel funding is someone who will fund you directly, looking at your research and plan, financial plans. You have to in the financial planning, you have to mention your startup cost. Startup uh, startup cost will come then uh, fixed cost. Fixed cost will be your salary of your employees, maintenance of your machines, taxes, uh, water bill, electricity. That will be your fixed cost. And when you are starting up any industries or any small scale, large scale, or micro scale industry company, you need some amount. So that is your startup cost. And startup cost is very important when you are starting any business. And there where many entrepreneurs fail to get a startup cost. For the startup cost, Tanya ma'am and Rachna ma'am can help you, because when I was in my BScs, Rachna ma'am and Tanya ma'am helped me a lot for the finance thing. Fourth one will be the register your pick and register your business name. So business name is very important. Your logo, because you will your business name and your logo will be attracting to the peoples. Getting license and permits. Yes, when you are starting a venture or a company, you need everything to be licensed, approved, and permission for everything. A small thing. Get your team ready. You should have your team, the team which will be with you from the start to end. Set up your business location. You have to set up your business location. So at the place where you can get a raw material, you can get your customers, the customers whom you are targeting. If you are selling non-veg burger, so you cannot sell around the people who are vegetarian societies. So this is what a location means. You have to appropriate location for your product, for your service. You should go to the customers, rather customers coming to you. Uh, Customers will not come to you. You have to go to the customers. So I'll be starting with my startup experience. So Rachna ma'am, Tanya ma'am, and Suchita ma'am all know my startup experience. They were with me when I started the company. I started my first company as a Miraya. So Miraya means the devotee of earth. Mira was the devotee of Krishna. So Miraya is the devotee of earth. Because my plan was to make a polymer. I tackled a problem. The problem was plastic. I wanted to rid off with this plastic. So I come up with an idea of biodecomposable plastics. We were a team of 3 people: Rohit Raghuvanshi, Reena Mane, and Gaurav Sasani. We 3 were doing our research in my house. We were burning things. First of all, when we thought about the polymer, na, then we researched on the polymers when it was invented. What was the polymer? So everything we have to do a research. As I said, we have to do a research. Then so we come up with a biodecomposable polymer. Then we approach CIFT, Central Institute of Fishery and Technology. So they helped me to get a polymer from the fish scales. So this is the extraction of polymer from in CIFT lab. And then later, what I did was I wanted to use this polymer somewhere. Then I contacted many people. Then my main target was to reduce the plastic pollution. So when I wanted to reduce the plastic pollution, I saw that plastic bags are the problem. So I thought of making plastic bags out of my polymer. I even make the plastic bags. I showed to Rachna ma'am and to the department when I was when I completed my BSc, I guess. Yes, Salia, I showed it to Salia ma'am. But the problem with that bags were I was getting a production cost of 1.38 rupees, and I have to sell it for 3 rupees. So when I'm selling a plastic bag for 3 rupees, no one gonna buy my plastic bag. People, why people will buy my bag? Why they'll buy a 3 rupees bag for carrying a 5 rupees of vada pav? They are not gonna buy the plastic bags. So I dropped the idea of the plastic bag. I wanted. Then I noticed a problem of sanitary pads. We have a 39% of women population in India, and out of that 39 population, only 3% women are using sanitary pads. And government is encouraging women to use the sanitary pads. Okay, then all the 39, if all the 39% of women start using sanitary pads, where they gonna decompose it? You cannot decompose it. You cannot burn it. You cannot put it into the water. It has a sap paper. It will absorb the water. So I was in collaboration with Saral Designs. So under that Saral Designs, I did more researchers in sanitary pads, designing of sanitary pads, sap paper. Johnson and Johnson, XYZ company, many companies are using antibacterial sheets on their sanitary pads. So when we did a research on sanitary pads, we came to know antibacterial sheets and blood is oppositely charged, and when it is collabed stick on a sap paper, it will be making pressure on a uterus. It will be creating a false pressure on a uterus. So we come up with I come up with a biodegradable sanitary pads. I was affiliated by the MICI, Millennium Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industries. So my idea was, so I was invited in Sharjah to talk to the minister, Saud Salim Al Mazrouhi, who was a minister of Sharjah. He was pretty interested with in my pads because it was biodegradable sanitary pads without antibacterial sheets, without fragrance and harmful chemicals. Because when we are talking about sanitary pads, it when we are talking about the sanitary pads, na, it increases the PCOD's number. When long back 10 years back, when there were 1 woman out of 10 who was suffering from PCODs, and now when we have a reports, we have 8 women suffering out of 10 with PCODs. अभी तो नया टर्म आया PCODs के लिए, PCOS. Now it's in syndrome, not a disorder. PCOS. So this is my contact details. If anyone needs some more information about their startups, fundings, investors, I have ample of investors with me. I can give their contacts. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, students, if you all have any questions regarding startup and funding and all such things, you can ask in the chat box. I would like to note over here that Gaurav is still in his second year of master's degree, and he has already got experience of 2 different products, research his products and try to bring them in the market. So and as he has rightly said, the idea behind the startup, basically it is a disruptive idea. Disruptive in the sense, whatever has not been done till now is thought about by the new entrepreneur, so that there is a problem in the society which is solved. So basically that is what he explained very well, the difference between a normal business and a startup business with an entrepreneurial skill. So even in our college, we are encouraging this kind of initiatives. We have got an entrepreneur cell in our college. Okay, and company, a single person with a single background is not sufficient. You should get people from various backgrounds. And the entrepreneurship cell in our college, they provide this diverse background people, because already in our college we have a law college. So a person from law field can be can join your startup. Then there is we have IT cell, IT and computer science in our college. We have management in our college. So all these different people from different fields within our college can come together, and all of their contribution is important in a new start.
Hello.
Tanya ma'am wants to ask, how is your education helping in your venture?
Yes, I read that, but you are talking. So actually, ma'am, even I have a company, Eldida Tech Private Limited. So in Eldida Tech Private Limited, as I am a student of bioanalytical sciences, so I have background of pharmacy and all the instruments. So in the Eldida Tech Private Limited, what we do, we sell chemicals to the institutes, to the government institutes, to the colleges. So to the government institutes, to even I sell chemicals to the Hopkins Institute. So my qualification helped me in the company. So your qualification is also important when you are an entrepreneur to run your company. What other ideas according to you are available to start a small scale business? You can start any of the business. You first focus on the problems of the society. What society is facing problem. You tackle the problem to start the business. Now the people are having problems with the mask, You can come up with the mask. You can come up with the sanitizers, using isopropyl alcohol. Use some fragrance, make your sanitizer, sell it, get a license. Sanitizers, masks are GST free. You are tax free because it is essential. So you can start any of the business.
Yeah, actually, you have to think of the problem. Like, I have an example. I had heard that many people, many of the science students, they came to know that there is no proper clean drinking water for the slum dwellers. So what they did, they came together and they wanted to set up a filtration unit outside that slum. So they got funding from the government, and they trained one girl from that slum area only how to operate the filtration unit. And then the whole of that slum started getting at 4 rupees per liter, per 20 liters, they started getting pure drinking water.
That's
So
great.
like this, the examples can be just, you can just look around. If there is a problem which your whatever you have learned during your studies, if you can apply that, then that can be your entrepreneurial venture.
So Tanya ma'am is asking, how do you choose your partners? So choosing a partner is one of the important thing in the business, because when you are choosing the partner, na, that partner should cooperative. They should believe in you, whatever be the scenario, but they should believe in you. So I had a group, because when you are working in your friends group, na, you will be working more efficiently. How did you manage to get the funds or money? So if you are having idea, na, you will get funding from government. You will be about me, na, I was the runner up in Magnetic Maharashtra. So government approached me to come up with my idea to them. So I in 2020, 2018, I had a talk to CM regarding the sanitary pads, but my startup cost was 27 cr, so they were unable to give me 27 cr at that point. But even still, I'm looking for the funding. I have investors from the USA, from Saudi, Sharjah ministers, even Sharjah government was interested in my project. But the problem with the Sharjah government is, whatever venture you are starting in the USA, Saudi or Sharjah, you have to give 50% shares to the local person. So if I am owning a company, I have to give my 50% shares to that person, to the local person, and then will be and even I have to give my shares to my partners. So my partners and I'll be having 13% of shares, and that person who don't invest in anything, don't know our idea, he will be having 50% of shares. So that's where you have to think when you are taking a funding. There are ample of funders, investors. Investors are searching for ideas. As we are searching for investors, even investors are searching for ideas. There are many platforms for the funding. You can go to the DBT. In Pune, there is ICNT, ICNT, Startup India, Magnetic India, Startup India, Mudra. Then I personally got a funding from Alibag Nagar Mahanagar Palika for my biogas plants. I got funding from DBT. I got funding from government of Maharashtra. I got funding from Thane Municipal Corporation for segregation of their waste. So you get the fundings if you are having a good idea.
So
What are the
Biotech
steps
products, there is one BIRAC. BIRAC is one government organization who gives funding if your product is related to biotechnology or biology.
Okay, bye. Ma'am, you already said me this before.
Yeah.
So the next question: what are the steps in registering your company? So when you want to register your company, you first have to fill a form DIR 17, DIR 13. Then you have to make your DIN number, director identification number. You just have to go to the a good CS. I have many contacts with the CS. I can give contact of the CS, company secretary. They'll register your company. You will be needing 2 months to register your company. 1 month just for your name. You have to give 1 month just for your name, your logo, and your taglines. These things takes 1 month, and then if you are done with your name, your company will get registered within 2 weeks. That's not a big deal. You have to register to the MSME, then BSE, NSE. When you are a innovative entrepreneur, we have to register your company to the BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange, NSE, National Stock Exchange. So when you are registering to the BSE, you will be getting shares from people. You don't have to invest your money. Like you can see Reliance Industries, they don't put their money into the business. They ask people to invest their money into the business, because if company gets into the loss, it will be the loss of people, not the loss of one individual. So that's what BC NSC does. You have to just give you have to just sell your shares. So when you are registering your company, your company is registered. Your company will be get a share price of 10 rupees, 20 rupees. It starts from 10 rupees to 1 lakh to crores, depends on upon the company. Like when you are buying a share of Reliance, it will cost you 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs. The people who had bought the shares of Airtel 3 years back for 3 lakhs, now they have 4,000, 5,000 rupees in their pockets. So even shares decreases, not all the point it will increase. You said you have dropped idea of bioplastic just because of production costs and selling. So do you think it was a right decision or other opinion to work on that idea? I would have worked on the plastics, but plastic bags, but rather working on a plastic bag, I had a second option, sanitary pads. Even it is a second pollution of the plastic. So rather working on a plastic bag, reducing its cost, I shift to the sanitary pads because it was essential. Sanitary pads was essential. It was need. Plastic bag, you can use plastic cotton bags, and there are many alternatives. Now government has come with very good alternatives. Even government is trying to get rid of this plastic, but it's not working because what are your views in GMO? I mean, right now they are banned in India. So according to you, is there any chance of GMO coming in future in Indian market? Yes, GMO has a market. GMO will have a market in India because India is a populated country. You need GMO with because after some years now, the company who has more GMO patents will survive. Like USA is getting patents now. Many of the countries are getting patents on things like when we speak about basuri. That basuri, when Krishna was using that basuri, na, USA has a patent on basuri. We don't have a patent on basuri. When we talk about that pichkari, USA has a patent on pichkari. Many of our cow products have patent. China has a patent on them. So so GMO has a future in India.
Yeah, students, any more questions? you have other specific questions, you can. Gaurav has shared.
Thank you, ma'am.
Gaurav has shared his contact. Okay, you can collaborate with him also if you have good ideas. You can ask him. He will provide you with his contacts. Okay, so this was just to introduce you to what kind of entrepreneurial endeavors you can think about. Okay, so this is another option for all the biotech students. You can either directly go for job, you can go for MBA, you can go into research, you can go abroad for studies. And this was one more option which is there. Of course, you have to inculcate this kind of a startup kind of a thought process right from your even before your graduation. So like how Gaurav did, right at the very early age, if you are in that kind of contact with those kind of people, then it will help you in your in setting up, and not necessary that you will succeed every time. So you may succeed, you may not succeed first time, but that doesn't mean that you will not ever succeed. So you can keep trying different things, like how Gaurav has said that once one type of startup was not successful, you can think of another. So there is always an exit plan. So if you want to exit from this kind of a startup, you can exit and then you can start something else. So Gaurav,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, I would like to thank you on behalf of Anji College Biotech Department to share your experience in this unique field which you are venturing into, and all the best for your career ahead. I hope we will be seeing you more often for inspiring our students in a way that you have done today.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me here.
Yeah, we are proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.